I had to let go of before I walked into this building this morning because that train made me mad. I was mad. And I was sitting there going, this is not right. This is not right. And I said, why is it legal for this to happen? And then I'm hot. My curls have fallen. And I said, Lord, I prayed this morning for you to tell me what to say. And now I'm up here mad. I know you didn't intend for me to go in there mad. I couldn't even call Amy to tell her that I was running late because I didn't even have a phone. And I know somebody's called to check on me this morning. I know somebody has called and they're thinking, where's her phone? So anyway, I had to let go of some anger because anger starts as a spark, but guess what? It'll end up a wildfire. But anyway, we got to let go of regret. Regret keeps you living in yesterday while God is working in tomorrow. We got to let go of worry. Worry is carrying tomorrow's load with you with today's strength. God strengthened us every single day to go through that day. Why are we holding on to yesterday? So we have to let go of the worry from yesterday. And we carry disappointment. Sometimes what looks like rejection is really God redirecting you to something better. So when we are feeling all disappointed because we didn't get that job position, or we didn't get that promotion, or we didn't get that cute dress at Dillard's that we were watching and waiting on it to go on sale. But then we go over to TJ Maxx and we find something better. So yeah, we need to let go of control. We say we trust God completely while still doing it our way. That's me, y'all. That is me. I am guilty. I want to be in control. I want to handle it. I want to do it. I want to get it done. And I don't want to wait for my husband to help me. I don't want to wait for the advice that someone gave me to wait. I want to be in control. That's not good. So I'm guilty. I need to let go of control. I'm in control of nothing. And hurt. If you don't heal what hurt you, you're going to bleed on someone who didn't even cut you. So hurt, and we all have been hurt. We've all been hurt. But forgiveness is the key. And we hold on to fear. Fear tells you what might happen, but faith reminds you who God is. So yes, we sit there and we just talk about what if this or what if that. I lived in it for so long. Every time my children drove out of the garage, I would just be in fear until they drove back in, pacing the floor. They went off to college. What are they doing? Where are they? What? God said, I got this. I got this. You need to have more faith in your children. Number one, you taught them. You raised them. You gave them me. So what are you worried about? Why are you so fearful that they're going to do something that's going to be detrimental to them when I've got this? So fear is another one. Bitterness is a big one. It contaminates every single thing we touch. It is what happens when hurt takes up residence and stays too long. So bitterness, we just need to let go of bitterness. In Ecclesiastes 3:6, it states, there's a time to keep and a time to throw away. What that is saying is, don't cling endlessly to things that no longer serve you purpose. That's exactly what we're doing when we hold on to things that we should have let go of long ago. And it's easy for us to say what someone else should do when we're not even doing it ourselves. So before we give advice about, how long someone should be grieving, or how long someone should be hurting, or how long someone should be holding on, we need to look at ourselves first. Because normally you're speaking about something that you need to do anyway. So anyway, that's our message for today, that we need to let go of some things that God didn't intend for us to carry. And don't get me started on my closet, because you know what, that's a message for another day. But anyway, can I tell you something? Just because you've been carrying it for a long time doesn't mean you're supposed to keep carrying it. You ever go through your purse and find stuff like old receipts, pens, pencils? Now, I like pens. I probably have 10 colorful ones in my purse right now. But you carry stuff that doesn't serve your purpose. Old receipts, gum wrappers, candy wrappers. Why are we still carrying that? I try to, once in a while, I lay out a towel on the bed and I just dump my purse out. And y'all, the stuff that falls out. I mean, 5 lipsticks, 3 lip glosses, 2 cans of mints, gum. I mean, why? Because we need it. We need that stuff. But really, that's when we think about the things we carry physically. But when we look at our hearts, that's how our hearts look, just junky, just like that cluttered bag with things we should have released seasons ago. It's time to let go of that unnecessary weight. Do you know that what you hold on to will hold on to you? In Ephesians 4:31, we are instructed to get rid of bitterness. Some of us think we're holding on to the pain, but the pain actually is holding on to us. You can't move freely when you're weighed down. It's the emotional baggage that's weighing us down. The trauma that's weighing us down, the hurt feelings. I mean, that is like carrying, when you're, in the military, they make you walk miles with 150 pounds on your back. I mean, I may not be exact on that, but just think about carrying a weight on your back for constantly. And then when you finally take it off, you don't even know you were that tired. You don't even know, my God, I was carrying that. How good do I feel now once I took that off? But anyway, that's why we're tired. And a room full of ladies, we stay tired. We're tired all the time. We go to bed tired, get up tired. We ain't done nothing yet. Got out of the bed tired. We went to bed tired. We woke up tired. It's because we're carrying too much stuff. All the things we carry weighing us down. We can't turn our brains off. Okay, I know you're looking at me like, no, if we turn our brains off, they off. You did. But no, what I mean by you can't turn your brain off is we don't relax. We don't rest. We don't rest. We need to literally get quiet, get with the Lord, pray, and rest so that when we go to bed, we have released the burdens to Him, that we go to bed, and then they just start going over and over and over. And every time you wake up to turn over, you're thinking about the same thing you were thinking about when you went to bed because you did not let it go. So that's what I mean by turning off our brains. We have to rest our minds as well as our bodies. You're replaying these things over and over, and you know how we do. Man, I should have said that. When she said this, I should have said that. Why didn't I? We do that. We do it, because when we're and it doesn't even have to be a negative thing. It could be a conversation that you had with your friends, but you go home and you're replaying that conversation over, and I should have told that story because she told a good one. I had a good one too. We just think these things over and over in our minds when we should just let this stuff go. That was then, let it go, relax our minds, get with God, and then sleep peacefully at night. And one thing we got to let go of, y'all, is rage, okay? We got to let go of that rage, and we got to let go of those grudges. Y'all, stop holding grudges, okay? I heard Joyce Meyer say, your history is not your destiny. You will miss your destiny if you keep hanging on to the past. God is doing a new thing, but your hands are too full. As ladies, we're so guilty of trying to carry entirely too much stuff. We walk through the house picking up stuff. We do it. We go through our whole house. Oh, this needs to go back to the kids' room. This needs to go to the kitchen. This needs to go to the bathroom. This needs to go in the laundry room. And we know full well eventually we need to put something down because we can only hold so much stuff. And if you're a mother in here today, you can relate. We carry our children long before they can carry themselves. We carry them in our arms when they're little. We carry them in our hearts when they're grown, but we never stop carrying them in our prayers. We carry them in our prayers for a lifetime. When we have children, I'm number one in this. We get pregnant. We thanking God. We prayed to get pregnant. Thank you, Jesus. Then let them get one, Lord. Let them turn one. Let them turn 2, Lord. Let them turn 3. And every year we pray that, God, thank you that they're 5. Lord, thank you. And then they get grown. And then we start worrying all over. And the worry even gets bigger. So we just have to let that worry go. Give it to God. Let him have it. And thank him that he answered our prayer when we wanted to be pregnant. And he answered our prayer all those years and got him to adulthood. We taught him about Jesus and who to turn to. So we got to let go of that worry. We got to let them live their lives and let them make their mistakes and know that they know who to turn to when times get hard. Isaiah 43, 18 and 19 tells us to forget the former things. I am doing a new thing. God said, I am doing something new, but you're still holding on to the old stuff. Some blessings are being held up not because of God, but because of the things that you failed to release. How can God give you anything else when your hands and your heart are full of other things? I was married with 2 children in my late 30s, probably my late 30s, before I ever forgave my dad for rejecting me. I held on to that all through childhood, feeling all the things, all the embarrassment. We were the only house on our block that was not a 2-parent household. So you live in that, and you're feeling some kind of way because where's my dad? Why isn't he here? Why are we struggling? Why did he leave us? And I did not like it, and I did not forgive him for a long time. But one day, God showed me, he showed me that he is not the reason you are where you are today. He is not the reason why your life is as well as it is today. So why are you holding on to that? Because what you did not have with him and what you have in the present is so much better. So I let it go. But it took me my whole life. It took me from childhood to parenthood to let it go. So we hold on to things, and it's not unnatural that we hold on to things that hurt us. And then we just feel so woe is me about it when we could have let it go a long time ago and been so much happier. But anyway, that's one of the things God showed me, that what I had was so much better, so much better. So forgiveness is absolutely necessary. Y'all remember the song? Some of y'all may remember the song. Some of you may not, maybe too young. But anyway, there was a song called Bag Lady. And the words were like, bag lady, you're going to hurt your back, dragging all those bags like that. You need to pack light and let it go. So let me talk to the bag ladies in the room for a second. You got emotional bags. You got relationship bags. You got church hurt bags. And we call it church hurt bags, but let me pause right there to say the church did not hurt you. Someone in the church hurt you. So, but that's the label we put on. Oh, I can't go over there because I have church hurt. I don't go to church anywhere because I have church hurt. Church didn't hurt you. So forgive the person that hurt you and find you a church and get in it. So anyway, we also have, they did me wrong bags. Oh, and everywhere we go, we take that bag with us. And don't let us see that person in Walmart and we just duck the other way, because I do not want to see the person that did me wrong because I haven't forgiven them. I mean, I know that I have a friend that is still holding on to the hurt from 6th grade and promises if they ever see the person that hurt them in 6th grade, they're going to get them back. Come on, y'all. But anyway, we don't need carry-on bags. We don't need carry-on bags. We need a trash bag, because some of the stuff needs to go right in that bag. And it's time for us to unpack old emotional trauma and make space for growth and healing. Some of y'all got so many bags, if life was a flight, they would be charging you extra, like they did me. But anyway, don't get me wrong, y'all. I've been right there carrying stuff that God told me long ago to let go of. Every single Sunday, I would go to the altar crying out to God to take away what I was holding on to. Oh, I'm worried about my son. I'm worried about my daughter. Lord, please, I just be crying out, y'all, just ugly crying. Monday morning, I'm carrying that same stuff. Next Sunday, I go back and do the same thing. And I did it over and over and over till one day, God got tired of me. He did. He said, now look, I'm sick of you. I am sick and tired of you coming up here every Sunday crying out with this same old stuff. And what are you doing about it? I promised you that I would carry your burdens. Why are you telling me you want me to take them, but you keep taking them back? But y'all, one day, one day, I went to that altar and I laid out on my face. And I cried and I hollered and I screamed. I kicked and I rolled around a while. And I left it there. I let it go. I let it go. And you know what? I stood on my faith. I knew it. I truly believed it, but I wasn't standing on my faith. But when I let it go, that's when the weight was lifted. That's when I stopped worrying, and that's when the peace of God fell upon me. And that's when I was delivered from my stuff. And there's a blessing in letting go. Aren't you glad Jesus showed us how to let it go? Luke 22:42 states, "Not my will, but yours be done." Even Jesus had a moment where he had to release things that he did not want to let go of. He felt like he needed to embrace that. But he had to let God have it. He had to let it go. And can I tell you something? Letting go is not a weakness. You know, we always feel like, oh, you know what? I don't want to be weak. I don't want them to think I'm soft. No, it's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. It's a surrender. It's a surrender. And if the Savior of the world gave it all to God, why can't we? It should show us that surrender is truly our only option. Peter 5:7 says to cast your cares. When you cast something, what do? You get rid of it. You let it go. You know, I know in here there are some husbands who love to fish. And some y'all may like to fish too. My mom loves to fish. But you know, have you ever seen a fisherman casting his line behind him? He's not trying to catch something back there. He's trying to catch something out there. He is casting his line. He's throwing it away from him. He is letting that line go into the water because there's something out there that he wants, and he's trying to catch it. I know you don't drive down the road looking in the rearview mirror at all times, because if you did, that means that you're not trying to go anywhere. You're trying to stay where you just left from. You're like, oh, you know, what's behind me there? No, you're trying to go somewhere. So you're trying to go forward. There's something in front of you that you want. So we just have to give God our burdens, and he will give us the peace that passes all understanding. We need to give him all of our heartaches, and he will give us joy. If we give him our pain, he will give us healing. And if we give him our disappointments, he will give us the fulfillment that we so desire. But this is the biggest one, and I talk about it. There's 3 times I've mentioned grudges. If we give him the grudges, he will give us the forgiveness in our hearts. Because I know that that's a big thing. You know, don't let somebody do something to hurt your children or hurt your parents. That's 2 things right there, children and old people, that I have a heart for, and I will, no. So don't say anything to hurt my mother's feelings, or don't say anything to my children. I have to really step aside and say, Jesus, take the wheel, because I'm about to drive into somebody right now. So anyway, you know, all of our cares belong in Jesus' hands. He cares for us. And he's the only one that can truly lift any weight off of us. Now, that sounds like a really good exchange, don't you? God gives us choices, and we must choose to move on. We must focus on what God wants for us. We must be consistent and persistent as we move forward. And you looking at me like, yeah, you make it sound easy. It's not. It's not. It is not easy at all, but all things are possible to those who believe. And if you believe, you can. If you believe, you can. And it all starts with seeking and trusting God in all things. Today, we are not going to leave here the same way we came in. We're going to leave here lighter, and we're going to leave here feeling so much better than when we walked in. It's not to say you walked in feeling bad, but we can always get better. So, you don't have to feel bad to feel better. Today is the day that we want to feel better than we did yesterday, and it doesn't say yesterday was a bad day. But every day I'm expecting more. I'm expecting to feel really good, and I'm going to see I was mad at the train, but I feel better now that I let it go. But anyway, we want to expect every day to be a good day. When people say, you ask them how they're feeling and you hate you ask how they're feeling. Because when they get through telling you how they're feeling, you feel horrible yourself. It's like, dang, I'm just being cordial. So, it's like, do I ask how you doing or do I just say, hey, and keep going? But anyway, we're going to release some things today, and it's all about spiritual freedom. And we don't want to be bag ladies anymore. So we're going to do something prophetic today. You all have a card. And on that card, I want you to write down something. One thing, two things, however many things. I want you to thank God for it in advance, and I want you to write down something that you want to let go of today. And I'm not asking you to share this with anyone because it's personal to you. And at the end of my message, we're going to tear those cards up and we're going to throw them away because we're going to let that thing, whatever it is, we're going to let it go. So whenever you feel like it, just whatever you think about that you want to let go of, whatever your it is, write it on that card, and we're going to let that thing go. So we want to thank God in advance for lifting the weight and helping us to cast our cares on Him. Someone once said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. Today is a gift from God. This moment, this breath, and this opportunity to worship, this opportunity to serve, this opportunity to forgive and to love and to obey God, that's a gift. That is a gift that we need to cherish. And so many times we spend today regretting yesterday or worrying about tomorrow, and we miss the blessing that God has right there in front of us. So this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I have changed, healed, freed, delivered. I found joy, peace, grace, and favor. And right now is the moment. Today is the day. I've been changed. I've been changed. I have waited for this moment to come, and I won't let it pass me by. Come on, y'all know it. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. You won't go back. You can't go back to the way it used to be before His presence came and changed you. We won't go back. We can't go back to the way it used to be before His presence came and changed us. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Tear up those cards and let it go. God bless you. Thank you.